Hi everyone, Adrian here and welcome to Wild Bush and Grit. Today this video, very simple, very quick. Three things I like to do on my bullets, especially if I bought them in store, if they're factory made. When I press my own bullets for hunting, I already, I am the quality controller on these bullets, so I know exactly what I'm getting. But when you're buying bullets made from manufacturers, quality control is not always what it's supposed to be, okay? And there are three things, very quick, that you can do to ensure that you have the best bang for your buck, and that, when you cross that big buck out there in the field, it's not something you're going to regret with a misfire or something, all right? So let's quickly see what are those three things are. So here I have a couple of bucks here that I bought for another video. I want to do a bullet comparison, and that spurred the idea of, hey, you know what? There's something I need to talk about. So you bought those bullets. The first thing I'll check is first if they have good neck tension, and by that what I mean is I'll hold the bullet with one hand here, and I'll try to see if the bullets actually turn inside the case. And this one is solid, and I'll do all 20 of them. Okay. If one turns loose, I'll put them on the side, and I won't use it for hunting. I might use it for at the range, but definitely not for hunting. So that's the first thing to try out with this bullet. So just this one is good, and it happens. Sometimes you'll have bullets that will just spin freely in the neck, and this is not good. Well, Barnes, you know what? This is pretty good. All bullets in these boxes. So all the bullets in this box are solid around the neck. Okay. The next thing I'll do is I'll weight them. Okay, because what I want to know is is there a huge difference in weight in these bullets, because it might be either powder charge inconsistency or bullet weight inconsistency, and you want to catch those. So here's the first one. 333, good. 0, next one. 336. So what you want to do is you want to weight all of them, take a note of each, and then sort them. I would say ditch, well, no, not throw away, but like take 50%, the most accurate 50%, use those for hunting. And everything that is off, put them on a different box or some other place that you'll use at the range for training. Okay? But what you want is you want all your hunting bullets to have almost the same, it's probably not going to be possible, but you want all your bullets to be in the same range, and so far this is pretty consistent. I only have 3 grains variation between my lightest and my heaviest so far. Right. So that's it. I find the bullets that I'm going to hunt. Well, I'm gonna hunt with my hunting nose, but if I were to hunt with these bullets, I expect these ones to be the most accurate and the most consistent. Okay, so like I expect these bullets to group better than the one that I have here. Those ones are either super heavy and those are super light. Here, all these bullets are around 335 grains, plus or minus 1. So that's very, very good. I really like these odds. So that's the second thing. Wait, third thing is making sure that they are properly sealed for bad weather, okay? Some bullets that you will buy are going to be already sealed at the primer. So here I have some Federal Premium Trophy Copper. And I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there is already some sort of cement at the base of the primer packet here. I don't know if there's any here at the neck, but that would be a good thing. So that's really cool. Kudos to Federal Premium. So, technically, of course, getting wet bullets from rain is very rare, but technically it could happen, it could happened. And what do you want to say to your friend? Yeah, technically it was the biggest buck of my life and I missed it. No, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you have the right, your gear is ready for all situation. This is hunting, folks. You are out there, weather can turn bad. You can unload your rifle, drop a bullet in the puddle. It happens to me, right before getting into the truck, I unload my rifle and I drop one bullet, poof, in the water. Do you trust these bullets after? Not sure. So what I do here is I'm gonna use, this is my fly tying material, this is head cement. But you could use nail polish, that also works, but you need your nail polish to be very, very runny, okay? You don't want something that is very thick, that's gonna bead on your bullets, so you want something that will kind of liquid. And I'm gonna use this thing here. You can use a toothpick. Let me put this on the side for now. And I'll do it with one. So this is the bullet. This is what I'm gonna use. I'm going to open my head cement here. I'll get some. So anyway, I have a nice bead of that product here, and I'm just going to drop that bead here on the pocket, on the primer pocket here in the back, and I'll make sure that the cement actually run inside the crack here. I'll give it like a few seconds. And I'll use you can use a tissue or whatever, and you're just gonna wipe it quickly. And that's it. It's invisible, you will not notice. Of course, if you use colored nail polish, you'll see. But wipe it quickly so it doesn't form a bead or anything, and then you should be good. Next thing is we're going to do the neck. So same thing, you just dip your toothpick inside and you just want to put the drop here, and now you can rotate the bullet and make sure that the product is all well around the neck. And just like before, give it a few seconds and you just wipe it, twist it, and that's it. This one is sealed. And you do that for all your hunting load and you should be good, folks. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoy it. You know the drill. If you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. See you, folks.